Welcome back to another banging episode of the guest list. I think we had some dope feedback last week. And as usual, in studio with me, we have Blaine Fortuin,
Bro,
tattooed Poppy. Okay, he doesn't want his government name out there.
you already
We
put
have
it out there.
Wanisha,
Hello.
Wanisha, Boss Lady, and Dot bro, the best in the game. Yeah, man, episode 2. I'm excited for this one, guys. It's gonna be killer episode. In studio today, we have a special guest. Okay, let me just read what she sent me.
You asked for it.
I did ask for it. Yeah, because she does so many things, man, and I think I wouldn't have been able to summarize everything she does, and I think better from the horse's mouth. Today, we are joined by Nicole Nelson from Eldorado Park. Mom, entrepreneur, coach, investor, close protection specialist, and politician. Okay, I want to learn. I want to hear about that. Yeah, a lot going on, right? There's a lot going on. She's a formulator and plant medicine healer. Sounds like some star sign shit, but I like it. Connected to a Khoisan roots and ancestral medicine. Nicole keeps things real, isn't afraid of being controversial, which I like, and is very intentional about staying grounded while showing up fully as the version, as all the versions of herself. Sorry, I got something in my throat. Yes, boss lady, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Can't complain. How are you, Blaine?
I'm good. Sorry for the shades. This is not an ego trip. I woke up with a mild allergic reaction, so I look like a fish under here.
He's on his Rachel step today,
Yeah.
but I like it.
I'm not
yeah.
apologizing for mine.
Yeah, no, you look cool. It's fine, and I like your Duke.
We're gonna go on there. I'm covering the crown, guys. I'm protecting the crown.
Wait, go into that because I don't get it. So explain it to someone like me who's not that spiritual, who's not that into, like star sign type stuff and ancestral
Esoteric.
healing. Like, treat me like I'm dumb. Go, like, just tell us just a short description of what it's all about.
Okay, so I'm neurodivergent. I just need to go back to the introduction. I'm not an investor yet. I am an investigator.
Mhm.
However, back to your question. So I'm not going to treat you like you're dumb. Nobody's dumb. However,
There are some dumb people. Anyway.
So I guess I've adopted over the years. I've learned a lot about various religious denominations.
Mhm.
I've taken a keen interest in it, and I I'd say that I created, or something within me formed, where I created a religion that speaks and that resonates with me.
Like
Ah.
Penwell vibes.
I love you,
Are
Penwell.
you your own
Penwell's my
God?
guy. We are all created in the image and the likeness of God.
Which
So,
God?
whichever God we pray to, we come from the same one.
And Hindus? Hindus have multiple. But I don't want to get into
okay,
that.
so
Let's
we
not
don't
do
need to get into that. But I have Buddha, statues, if you will, in my home. I've
Mhm.
got Jesus on the
But
on the
Buddha
crucifix.
is not a god, is he? He was a man, and Buddhism is not a religion per se; it's a way of life.
It's a way of life. So
Yeah.
yes, and Buddhism is something that I carry with me throughout my spiritual path and my spiritual journey, because it really is a way of life, and it really just boils down to do unto others as you would want to be done unto you, unto
Yeah.
thyself.
Mhm.
So, and regarding the Duk, I am what many would call a quote unquote a sangoma or a shaman.
Damn.
You can refer to it as a shaman.
You have bones there in your bed.
I don't throw bones. I
Okay.
negotiated for 21 years not to do that.
Uh-huh.
I don't
Did
throw
you get like a calling
Yeah.
type of a thing.
Yeah. I'm the only one in my family. So my Magriki was Khoisan.
Okay.
And she was widely known as the medicine woman back in the early 1900s.
So you were bushy.
I am, and my
Excellent.
DNA has changed, but you know what? I am who I am, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of my
Nice.
Khoisan lineage.
I think
but
we
you-
all need to do more research on where we come from. Because, fun fact, I was on the Bushy podcast. Okay, I don't want to go deep into it, but I think 2 years ago, I went onto the Bushy podcast and I was questioning them on the term Bushy. I didn't like the fact that, I'm being called a Bushy because I don't get it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
are my ancestors from the bush?
Yeah.
What was the whole thing? Okay, they didn't air the episode. But
why?
I don't know. Maybe they didn't like what I said. I don't know. But I didn't ask. I mean, I didn't really worry about it. But the fact that you said your great grandmother.
Yeah, my Magriki was Khoisan.
Oh, Magroiki.
My Magriki
Okay.
was Khoisan Katrina.
Okay.
And she actually had a dowry, guys.
What is a dowry?
Dowry is
You must speak to me like I'm
Isn't
dumb.
dowry like lobola?
it's yeah, it's like what in African traditions or cultures a man would obviously pay, for a woman
Yeah.
or a woman's hand in marriage. My great granny came with wealth. She came with cattle. She came with land. She came
Yeah.
with many of
Mm.
which she was dispossessed of.
Boss lady. She didn't
Yeah.
need a man.
Yeah, and and funny enough, my Opa Grootjie
Yeah.
was a first generation German and indigenous Mauritian.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think my great grandfather was British, and my great grandmother was Sotho.
Hmm.
So I don't know if you've met my granny, Jackie.
Obviously.
Yeah. So my granny, I don't know now. Maybe she's forgotten, but she speak like fluent Sotho.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't learn a word. Maybe water,
Yeah.
metsi.
Yeah.
But yeah, our grandparents. I mean, that's dope, man.
Yeah. No. So obviously, over the generations that followed, so like I said, my Oma Grootjie was widely known as a medicine woman. People traveled far and wide to her to heal them
Mhm.
with plant medicine. She used to make soap at we call it the OAS. It's been demolished, and I am working on restoring it in Alabama, Klerksdorp.
Klerksdorp, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, so she used to make soap.
Sorry, aren't y'all from there? No, your wife. Okay, yeah. I've played
Shout
there
out
before.
to Alabama. Have you been to the Super 16?
What's that? No,
Shame, man.
there's a venue in Klerksdorp
What job?
where they spin
Oh.
and they host these chocolate sundaes.
Oh, I see that spin. We were there. I was there I was there.
I've played there
There was a
once or
pool
twice.
party the other day. Not
Mhm.
a foam party, sorry, foam party. And I saw the spinning thing. It looks like go-kart stuff. I don't know. I could be wrong. Okay, so you know me and my neurodivergency. Let's just get back to the crown
What
thing,
is
and then we can.
You see, I
What
told you.
is that? I've heard that word being thrown
So
around.
okay, I'm
social
on
media.
this.
What is
Yeah.
that?
Okay, let me put it to you guys this way. Since there have been allegations laid against me for being schizo and bipolar, I've got Asperger's syndrome, so I'm on the spectrum.
Mhm.
Many of us are on this. In fact, I think everybody's on the spectrum. But I own it. I'm on the spectrum. I'm on the autism spectrum.
Mhm.
Asperger's syndrome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Self-diagnosed or
No. I was diagnosed very early on in my teens.
Mhm.
It wasn't. I think. Look, and shout out to my mom. I love my mom. Lots. But
Mhm.
I think in the late 90s or early 2000s, predominantly with colored and African families, being differently abled, whether it be mentally or physically or more mentally, it wasn't always, it was almost like a taboo.
Mhm.
So if there was a diagnosis, it was always or often just seen as it's going to pass, or no, it's an attitude problem.
Yeah,
Dis
the
getoer.
older your mag is fail, that type of a thing. They never really
Jy
took.
korte pak slag.
Yeah, whether it's like ADHD or whatever, it's just like, nah, he's naughty. or they never took those type of things serious. Oh, I have depression.
Yeah, they didn't take that.
You know, that type of thing. It was never a serious thing. But
But that's because they had to be strong. They were
yeah,
suffering
they didn't
from
have a
it,
choice.
and they struggled with it. Our parents to this day, and even grandparents, for those of us who have grandparents who are still alive, if we pay close enough attention, we can see, even based on their habits, based on their vices, especially those vices, whatever vices they lean towards. It speaks volumes, and it tells you that there's something underlying.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's
Yeah.
very
But-
true. Even like, I feel like the vices that you mentioned, specifically alcohol in the townships, like Eldos, I feel like it exacerbates those kind of things in neurodivergent people. Because you'll see a lot of people consuming mostly alcohol in excess. Now it's everything in Eldos and whatever. But like the problems that go on in households. And I personally feel like there's not enough psychological and psychiatric assistance in the townships.
What do you mean not enough? There's none at all.
There's none at all.
Yeah,
like,
it's
100
non-existent.
Exactly.
It's non-existent. We'd rather be hearing next up psychiatric wards. Listen, let us we're gonna get there, okay. But to your point about, households within our colored communities, colored townships, because it's not just Aldos is not the exception to the rule. Westbury, it's
It's everywhere.
Regenpark,
Yeah.
Eersterus,
Mhm.
in other provinces as well. There are so many moving parts that a serious needs and or analysis needs to be done on a case basis. You
Yeah.
cannot paint every home with the same brush.
Yeah.
There are people who are or families who are struggling financially. Financial burden and financial stress can cause a lot of conflict and tension in homes.
100%.
They say 70% of failed marriages are because of finances.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah.
Like when finances are involved, like yeah.
I
it
love how
causes tension.
Celeste Ntuli put it once. I think she was on a podcast in Chile and she said, Black people are not depressed, they're poor. And if you think about people of color, like a lot of what we're dealing with is fucking poverty. Like
Mhm.
I feel like if we sorted out our finances, we could deal with the softer things better. But it's because you broke now. It's like the depression. We don't have time for that.
But we've been, remember way back when, how were our people paid, guys? So it's systematic,
Mhm.
right? And now, I'm not even going to go. We've got municipal, we've got provincial, we've got national government. Now, for me, municipal level, the heartbeat of our people, of our nation, municipal level, there has to be something seriously, wrong. And I want to say the word evil, but evil
Yeah.
for you to strip or to deprive people of their basic needs and access to resources.
Greed is evil, though, and it's greed. I think it's greed that causes that. Yeah,
Yeah, man, as van.
and I wanna
It's because people are niks gewoond, and when they taste
get
and they
some
see
power.
money, and then they conveniently forget, I'm gonna get right back. I'm gonna get right back.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
never get back.
Fact.
But I want to go into something that I didn't know about you. So we all know, okay, regarding Waras, rest in peace to him, dealing with the hijacked buildings in Joburg CBD. I watched the podcast you were on, I think in the beginning of the year, the interview,
Yeah.
and I didn't know you were working with him. Yeah, what was that process like? What exactly were you doing? What
So-
was he doing? Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna answer this. But again, I didn't finish the crown part. I wear took to cover my crown for
Mhm.
spiritual reasons.
Yeah.
Right. There we go. Done. Okay, so look, Warwick and I have known each other for close on 20 years. We know we're all in social circles, and
industry.
in the industry, whatever, and I would say in the last 3-4 years, we grew exponentially close. And, we started conceptualizing, a lot of business ideas and be it in the security industry. He was guiding me on podcasting as well, mentoring me here and there. And then, man, you know what? We were just hustlers. We were hustlers. And what I can say on my end is he was also a very good support system and structure to me. Both him and my attorney Kevin, who passed 2 days later. So there's that story. It coincides. But the two of them were my support system in the last 6 years with me enduring what I was or what I have been. I'm a complainant in a fraud case, which took a lot out of me. So with that, look, he played a pivotal role in keeping me grounded. I played a pivotal role in also um, helping him help himself come back to spirit and to serve spirit. Because along the way we can get lost, especially the entertainment industry. Entertainment industry, you can go,
In there, done that.
and sometimes people don't come back from it.
Mhm.
And I would say that from end of 2024, him and I had a very serious conversation. And I said to him, look, there's a lot of things that's going to happen. I was prophesizing. Oh my goodness. It was a lot of things that was going to happen. And he needed to choose. He needed to pick a side. And he needed to either serve spirit or ego. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that from that conversation on, Warwick took a completely different route, and he was very intentional about serving spirit, and I'm proud of him for that. So, how did we learn about the hijack building? So, Kevin Smith, also may his soul rest in peace. I was coaching Kevin when he was studying law. I was working at the Department of Education. That was 2020, between 2012 and 2014. And I was coaching him while he was studying law. We formed a solid friendship. And then he became my attorney. He became my attorney in all my matters. And also outside of that, we just were friends, are friends. And June last year, we actually were speaking about it from the earlier in the year. He was the one who said he had these 3 hijack buildings, which, quote unquote, or for lack of a better term, he inherited. And there were these 3 buildings. They were almost like in Selby side.
What do you mean by inherited?
So he's an attorney, right? And that's why I'm saying it might not be the right choice of words. But the owners were incurring quite a lot of costs, with COJ, etc. So they just let it go. So
Okay.
obviously he was now he was given these buildings to probably as a pilot assignment to determine what he could do with it. So obviously, who does he call? Coco. Like, Chom, listen, I've got these buildings, and you're the best person that I know who can connect people. That's what I do. I'm a networking enabler, and I just link people together. And at first, obviously, the starting point would have been to secure the place, to get security there, to clear it out. And who else do I then think of? Waras,
Is
my
that
guy.
because he's got the security background now?
Who?
Well, Waras.
Waras is always much like me. We. I would say, there's that quote that says, "Jack of all trades, master of none." But jack of all trades and a master of all. So is he. And he was obviously in the security cluster from the events, from event days, from
Yeah.
Cool Your Box days and so forth, and
Where is sticks? Okay, we'll get in. We'll speak about that off
okay,
camera.
yeah, okay. Actually, damn.
Where is he? I
I don't
wonder.
okay. But anyway,
It was a dope
so
event.
so yeah, so with that, they started his friends are in the security cluster. their dads, and then it filters down, and that's essentially how he and because of his network, because of social status, it was easy for him to perhaps get gigs, not just gigs as an MC, as a DJ, but also
Mhm.
gigs to do security for events. So in saying that, yeah, Kevin then said, look, we're going to need security, and as a start, and obviously you, Nicole, with your passion to create and implement models that would work for that particular area, because that's what I do. I'll go into an area, I'll identify what the needs are, the immediate needs are, what the risks are, um, pros, cons, etc., and what the lowest hanging fruits are for program development, to capacitate, whether it be children, women, youth, men, etc. And on the 18th of June exactly, we had a meeting. I introduced Warwick and Kevin at Mr. George's, and we started the conversation around those three buildings. And Warwick then he hit the ground running. So he was on the ground. He went to go and assess the buildings, gave the feedback. Um, and but parallel to that, there was no tender process, and they still isn't. Remember the
Mhm.
date of this thing, this podcast. Okay, there still is no tender process for
Today is the 10th of February.
February. Yeah, there
It
still
will
is
probably
no
go live
official tender.
tomorrow
Okay,
or 12th,
cool.
11th or 12th.
But I
Yeah.
want to just say this and put this on the record, that there's no tender process for the restoration of hijacked buildings. And that's what we were busy with, working on. So somewhere along the lines, whilst us now putting together the sort of the blueprint for those three buildings, me being, behind the scenes, creating systems, processes, Warwick being on the ground, he was introduced to Zambezi building. I'm not going to go into who introduced who and whatever the case is, but he was introduced to that building, and it seemed like a low hanging fruit. So we then decided to, because of the, I don't want to necessarily say red tape, but the lags with those three buildings with Kevin, we decided to then implement this blueprint at Zambezi building. So to a large extent, myself, Warwick, and Kevin were working really, really closely together on that blueprint. The starting point again was security. So Warwick went in. Firstly, we audited the premises. I was present. I was the one overseeing the audit process to determine.
Can I interrupt you? Sorry.
Yeah.
So when you guys find a hijack building like Zambezi building, what exactly is the process? That's what I'm basically asking. Is it to go in, remove the people,
Mm-mm.
do renovations? What's
Mm-mm.
what's the purpose of it?
So I'm gonna be giving this away now. Am I gonna be doing it here? Okay, you know what? It's the 10th of February. If anybody does this, then you know. No, that wasn't the purpose. And the objective. The objective was to remember, the city of Joburg is essentially losing hundreds of millions a month from not receiving utility
Mhm.
fees and so forth. So the purpose was to regulate it. Now, a lot of these buildings, to a large extent, are practically dilapidated, right?
Mhm.
And the living conditions are dismal.
Yeah, I
And
saw some of the clips.
absolutely,
It's dangerous.
yeah, the living conditions
Yeah.
are dismal. So something that we were, this part of our blueprint and our strategy was, okay, you've got plumbing issues, you've got, and he spoke widely of this. I mean, it was,
Mhm.
every opportunity he got, he spoke about it, the plumbing, the electrical issues. And then obviously let's call it, in that particular building, which was previously an office building, right? So they take the offices and they convert them into now rooms or apartment or
Mhm.
units. So it's shared uh, uh, toilets, or what is it, evolution? Is that what we call it? Yeah.
Say toilets, fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every floor had like a communal space. But
Crazy.
the lift wasn't working, and it's up to 9 floors, 10 floors, right? You've got your floors on the inside, that's more concrete, and then those floors on the outside, the stairs on the outside, the escape. Oh,
The
that
the
if you
metal.
try to escape there, you're gonna be escaped. You're just gonna.
Shit.
It is listen, it's scary.
But don't the people steal the metal like also for scrap metal?
Yeah, I don't. There was not necessarily. It was just wear and tear. It
Because
was wear and
that
tear.
happened once in Elders. It was trending
Happens
where
always.
these women, these people woke up and they couldn't go to work
Yeah.
because the staircase.
Oh yes,
Whoa.
yeah.
They
Where
stole
was
the
that
staircase
Dallas?
in the middle of the
Which
night.
flats was that? Dallas
wasn't
or
that the flats there in Extension 1?
I think behind the blue
Extension
school.
1? behind the blue
If I'm
school?
correct.
No, I don't think it was
Mm-mm,
that
blue
flats.
school
I
is
think
on
it was there by the 1.
Because
was
I
Extension
drove
1.
past once there
But
around that
how,
area
dude?
and there were no stairs.
I
Yeah.
just think that they just didn't want the person at the top there to leave that.
Nah, Elders, they steal all
Because
the
how
metal.
can you not see like Elders is alive, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to finish just so the plan was to do 1 floor per phase. And
Mhm.
I was very big on we needed creche facilities for the moms because I think as a mom, our biggest concern are our children and where we leave our children, and you in the CBD. So the plan was to have like a creche facility, so that and with registered and licensed, ECD practitioners.
But a majority of the people in those, let me not say majority, are there not some illegal foreigners as well?
Illegal
So
immigrants.
then why are you trying to make it comfortable for them?
Remember, not all. That was also part of, I guess, not I guess, but that was part of our auditing process and biometrics process, was to determine some might be foreigners, but not necessarily illegally there,
Mhm.
right? And that was a lot of things were process of elimination that was happening parallel to each other. This
Yeah.
process of elimination, we're also trying to ascertaining who is there and who's running from their country. Who's a criminal that's
Refugees.
who's a fugitive.
Oh, fugitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a lot at play, but we weren't just, the plan wasn't just out, you going. If you are from Zimbabwe, but you've got asylum or you've got a working permit, and you can demonstrate that you have paid your rent consistently and that you've got
But
you've got
pay
meaningful
rent to who,
employment.
though? Aren't these
Oh.
buildings hijacked?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Thank you. That's guys.
Because where do you keep record? Isn't there some big
That's
boss
what we
that's in
had. We
charge
had
of the...
records. So here's the thing: there was records, and I think it's best for this trial to play out, so that you guys can see for yourself, how things. I don't want to give away too much, right? I can talk about what the plans were for the pilot, the blueprint rather. But it was definitely not to dispossess anybody. It was actually just to enhance the quality of life, especially for the children, and to do it in phases and to do it in a least combative and destructive way. But nobody was willing to listen. Why nobody was willing to listen, or many weren't willing to listen? What I will say again, allegedly, is that there were certain people who were pocketing from rent. Obvious,
100%.
right? There are many hijacked buildings, and Kabis are looking after certain. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
You know.
Not even just hijacked buildings.
Allegedly.
Did you see that was on TikTok? It was trending as well. So this family went away on holiday back in 2020, and I think they were gone for maybe 2 weeks or something. When they got back, their house in Sandton, kind of like a mini mansion, it was hijacked, and you had people renting out different rooms. In the yard, there were shacks already set up, and obviously someone hijacked it and started collecting rent from the people who are now squatting. They then tried to remove the people, and literally only last year, for 5 years, they were trying to get their house back. And I think we were speaking about this yesterday, Blaine,
Yeah.
where the squatter
The
laws.
squatting laws allow people to do anything. And actually, South Africa is a very accommodating country. It's almost
fucked up.
Too
overly
accommodating.
accommodating. Yeah, like even what Nicole's talking about now, when I'm putting this in simple terms, it's like there's a mess that's been made. Now everybody else, South African citizens, have to figure out how to regulate this mess.
Now to clean it.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell, bro? So people can just come here, do whatever they want, and our
Mhm.
laws protect them based on human rights and our constitution.
And I said, imagine you just go next door, go to Botswana, go to, okay, Botswana is a bad example. We don't have a lot of illegal Botswana. But let's just say Zimbabweans
Or
go to
Malawians.
Malawi, go to Mozambique, and try and hijack someone's house in that country and see what happens to you.
Yep.
It's not gonna
It's
work.
not gonna happen.
We travel quite a bit to just go to Uganda, go to Kenya. Tomorrow we're going to Zambia. We need to apply for visas. There's a lot of processes that go into. You can't just book a flight and go, or you can't just get in your car and go. There's a process, but it seems as if you're in South Africa. As long as you just come,
Just
we'll
show up.
just show
Just
up,
show up, bro.
just show up, and then it's free for all.
Yeah.
We're gonna accommodate you. We're gonna give you housing and
Healthcare,
it's-
education.
Yeah, you know Jacinta Ngobese.
Yeah.
So she was on the MacG podcast,
Yeah.
and like see what's happening in Durban and how she's fighting against the illegal foreigners. And you have South Africans, the government, the police force who are fighting against her. And she's fighting for, the resources are already at an
Limited.
all-time low, but she's getting pushback from South African citizens
Which is alarming because
defending illegal foreigners.
now you've got to ask yourself, and the thing is, this is where, politics. It's called organized crime for a reason.
Hmm.
It's called organized crime for a
Yeah,
reason.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you
There's
know the yin and the
syndicates.
yang. You know the reflection of the moon. You see the moon above, and as above, so below. The above board corporate world operates exactly the same way the underworld does.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Organized crime for a reason.
Yeah.
So the questions, that we're asking here are absolutely valid questions, but I feel like if we continuously ask these questions, we're also just staying in the loop.
True.
And we're staying stuck in the story. And I'm not interested in that story anymore.
You
I
want to
mean,
do something about it.
I'm already doing something about it. The thing
Yeah.
is, I'm going to go back again because it's not just, Aldo's is not the exception to the rule, but I'm from there. I grew up there most of my life. I moved around a bit, but there's land grabbing there now as well.
Yeah.
By who?
Wait for it, okay? I can't really talk about that right now. But
Okay, wait. Is it foreigners or is it just
our own people.
our own people? This is what I said yesterday.
It's who's facilitating it. It's why it's
Mm.
being. So, early in December last year, I asked some pertinent questions to a president of a particular party and to a councillor. And simple questions. If you are in politics, right, you've got to have a thick skin. You've got to be able to you've got to be able to answer difficult questions. You've got to be able to engage
Yep.
in difficult and uncomfortable conversations. But it's not a mafia state here. I ask you a question now, you're like, you better watch who's you don't know who's watching your comments. Imagine,
Mm.
and that's just the tip of the iceberg. So that's now
They
saying
don't want to be questioned.
people are now afraid to say, especially people living in Elders. I'm now getting called out because I'm allegedly don't live in Elders. I could have 4 addresses for all you know. One of them could be an Elders. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I have a vested interest in my hometown. I've got family
We
who
all
live
have
there.
family in
Exactly.
Elders.
Yep.
You can't tell me I can't ask a question. If you create content, okay, and the content it surpasses the borders of Eldorado Park
Mhm.
and it goes national, international. How? Then it means it's public interest.
Yeah.
It's public
Wait,
interest.
before
Yeah.
you go there, wait. I was saying this like, okay, so I didn't know that this is happening in Eldos where people are also now hijacking maybe homes, flats, land.
But funny
Um,
enough, can I say this?
mhm.
One more thing. I asked, part of those pertinent questions were, give us the list of the vacant lands, right?
Mhm.
This I asked in December. Give us the list of the vacant lands and also the unoccupied buildings. Reasons for that is because they could be put to good use, even if maybe the owners of the buildings are planning to sell it, but it's vacant, or there's land that, in fact, all of that land is government owned. I can't. There was somebody sent me something about a particular councillor stating, buy your own land, buy your own land. It's the government's. That's government land. That is why that land has been vacant for so long.
Mhm.
You know, so you can't say buy. You can lease land, and it must be done within the constructs of the law, right? But also, if you're now land grabbing and people are living and people are now just setting up houses or shacks or whatever it is there, right? Yes, we have an issue with housing, right? Our populations are growing. Just we
Yes, that's what I want to say. It's just sorry. So people have this thing where it's like, okay, we are attacking illegal foreigners, but I said take the word illegal foreigner out of the situation. Let's just say South Africans. If an area is designed to accommodate, let's say 100,000 people, and then within the span of 5 years, there's now 1 million people. The sewers are gonna suffer. Waste removal suffers. The
Electricity
resources,
facilities.
electricity, water, everything is
It's a
an
ripple
issue.
effect.
So, like, okay, Wanisha can speak about this. Her mother lives in okay, we won't say the exact area, but you find the neighbors, a house that's designed for a family of 4 or 5 people is now a compound and you have 20 or 30 people.
Yeah.
5 families
In one house.
on one plot. The corners are full of rubbish because obviously pick it up can only maybe come once a week, which is what they're used to doing. But now, instead of, as I said, the 100,000 people, you have 1 million people in this one community. It's an issue that it's not that we are against illegal foreigners or foreigners. It's just it's a resource problem,
Yeah.
and now you're saying it's happening in Eldos.
So we already don't have enough
problem.
capacity for foreigners, right? Okay, we've established that.
Uh-huh.
Now we're going back to our South African citizens. So on this topic of this, the land grabbing, or just there are ways to still be able to accommodate and to house our growing population.
Mhm.
But I swear to you, as God is my witness, it's like it almost feels, it's not even no longer a feeling, it's becoming apparent that the people behind it are so hell-bent on wanting to prove a point. I don't know what point it is because I can only speak for myself, right? But there are other
Mhm.
people who are raising, who have valid concerns and raising the flags, the red flags. But I'm raising the flags and I'm asking about the land, the vacant land, and I'm asking about the unoccupied buildings for a reason. For a reason, because perhaps I have the solutions that can, number one, solve for our skills deficit,
Mhm.
right? Our mental health and ECD and educational psychologist deficit, and also for our housing
Mhm.
deficit.
So okay, let's not speak in code. Huh? I was going through your Facebook and I was trying to figure out where this whole drama started. Right?
I don't call it drama.
Big
Okay.
shit.
Don't involve me.
Big
I'm
shit.
not drama.
you
I stand on
posted,
business.
you shared something, right? And it says here, on another note, Lord, this can't be the person you sent to restore our community. Take the wheel. Referring to referring to Cookie Lion.
Because it
Cookie
cannot.
Lion is crazy. Wait,
Juwaria.
where the hell did
Okay,
this
what? She's a
nickname
ward
come
counselor.
from?
I don't think I can
in
mention her name.
Elders.
She served me with an interim
Okay, I'll
harassment order.
say
Protection
her
order.
name. So
Protection
Juwaria.
order. What? Protection for what? I'm the one who
Geraldine.
needs
What is
protection.
up with that
What
cock
the
lately?
fuck?
Like, what is up with South Africans and this bitch ass shit? Like, bro, it's like,
But you know what?
nah,
A touch is
seriously.
a move, Blaine. Let me tell you something. A touch
But
is a
wait,
move.
so let's just give her a title. She's the ward counselor in Eldorado Park.
18, yeah.
Ward counselor 18 Eldorado Park. Juwaria Geraldine.
Yeah.
Under the Patriotic Alliance. Where so I'm assuming that you the president of the party you spoke about is the Patriotic Alliance president, and you were speaking about Juwaria.
Hmm.
Yeah, what's the story? What, like, you obviously have questions for them. You're trying to work with them. I'm assuming you try to work with them.
Not exactly.
Uh-huh.
If I have a question, I already have the answer.
Okay.
So, by the way, on the note of protection orders, because again, the neurodivergence in me, a
What
touch
do they
is
think that you
a touch is a move.
mafia
It's
or
a
something?
dude. Like, imagine, like I'm the one. They're the ones that are fucking carrying heavy fucking artillery. Yeah. But okay. This it's an interim order. It's guys, pull through to Roodepoort Court. It's on the one is on the 5th, which is, and the other one is on the 13th, but they're all linked. It's groups within a group, allegedly.
Of March.
Yeah, of March. But having said that, when you institute civil or criminal litigation, it starts with a founding affidavit and annexures. You take your time in doing that. You're not under duress. So you must be able to stomach the answering affidavit that follows, which is what I'm busy with, But also the story of trying to censor citizens, concerned citizens, asking questions. At no point will you ever see or hear me attacking somebody's
Mother's
physicals and my big feet. I wear size 5 guy. Oh my god, it's of my feet, and then it's my fringe, and then it's I don't brush my hair, and then it's bringing in my children into this, and then bringing in then I have bipolar, and I'm schizophrenic, and I'm all these things, and when I tell you, I not a word of a lie, and as God is my witness, none of that bothers me. What did prompt me to ensure that I was going to obviously see this through, particularly including but not limited to the public debate, was bringing my children into it, threatening me, telling me my back can blowy. Yeah, the receipts are there. There's another video that said, and people are, I'm blocked. And also, guys, I don't have the energy. I got too many things on my plate to be sitting and.
Why would you get into politics if you can't handle questions?
Scrutiny, yes.
This is my
Even
thing,
if it's
dog.
at the highest order or whatever, even if people are swaying and threatening you, that's just politics. It's the game. You
100%.
should
I mean,
have a
I'm
thick
here.
skin for
That's
it.
why I'm now officially a politician. I mean, I've always had an interest in politics, but a different way, or my approach. I think the timing of me entering, officially entering politics is just perfect. Touch on that. But then there was this video about, there was an event that happened this past Saturday, a meeting or some sorts. But there was this video that went, this same person who takes out an harassment order against me, right? Ja, julle wat debates wil hê, kom elders toe. Kom ons wys jou wat elders se mense aan jou gaan doen.
Damn.
It's
giving low intellect.
Okay, no, never mind the threat. Before I say low intellect, before I already now mentioned that. But when I say that, what comes to mind? Is that
Oh, that's a threat.
Mm.
so?
They
Who's
obviously
really
have
a
no
threat?
intention of debating.
Well, that's not up to them. It's up to the Constitution.
But that's
Not
crazy.
even up to the speaker.
You know, that's why I kind of appreciate the Jacob Zumas and whatever. Because, yeah, they did their own cuck during their terms. But they took that scrutiny on the chin.
Mm.
They weren't
you have
out here
to,
handing
as
out
a-
harassment orders and
As a
suing this one.
president,
I mean, Gayton is now suing a TikToker, or he said he's going to sue a TikToker, Uncle Cedric,
Uncle Cedric.
for 500K. I was like, dog,
Where
the
is
year
that
just
happening?
started, bro. The year just started, bro.
what did Uncle
I mean,
Cedric?
what is
Who is
going
Uncle
on,
Cedric?
bro?
What did Uncle Cedric
Uncle
do?
Cedric he's not necessarily a TikToker. He's obviously started out as an influencer. And he's politically conscious, right? But I don't know. Could it be that it's obviously close to election time? People are applying pressure, but I don't see it that way. I see it as these people who are influencers are using their voices.
100%.
They're using their voices, which they
Freedom
have
of
every
expression,
right to
bro.
do, to say, even if they belong to a certain party or a political party, right? They belong to that party because they share the value systems. They are obviously the combos are communicating for them.
Mhm.
So obviously they're going to advocate, or they're going to now talk about, you as a party said you came here, you were coming to do this, coming to do X, Y, Z, you were coming to create a foundation, you were coming to do this, you were coming to do that. What have you done?
Exactly.
Now, Nicole, Coco, die Sangoma, die Mal ene, goes to Aldo's. I'm at B section in my hometown. Well, one of the areas that I lived in. I'm there. The grass is long. The next day, the grass gets cut.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I go to the JRA. They say to me, this guy comes to me. Oh, guys, I recorded it. It's a movie. So obviously, Kenny Kunini was there, and I made it my mission to go. I am an oversight body. I'm an investigator, right? And I'm there to observe. So I go to this this is also where allegedly the one of the cars I was driving was tagged. But anyway, so I get there, and I don't know where exactly we were. We were in Kliptown, and it was like terrible. The conditions of that road was terrible. So, but every time I see this guy, you don't know me, Mr. Kunene. We've never met. Why you keep looking away when I'm standing here? I'm looking. But as I arrive, one of the bodyguards for the council says, hello, how's it? I said, I'm good, and you? Good. We're told you're not allowed here. I said, for what? Why? No, because you're not a resident of the. I said, I can be where you cannot infringe on people's rights like this.
Mm.
I can be wherever I want. And if I'm not supposed to be here, then phone the police. Okay, fine, as long as you don't. I don't know what the word was.
Interfere, maybe.
So I said, at what point do not project that onto me? Because I am not here to be causing ruckuses. I'm not here to be I'm a colored woman, but I'm a woman. I'm a high value colored woman. And there's a lot of us who are premium products of Aldo's, who can carry ourselves in a manner that is a positive reflection and a reflection to be proud of.
Amen.
To say I'm coming from Aldo's. Now, that is why I'm saying, Jesus Lord, it cannot be the one you sent.
Mhm.
Because how many of us here how many of us are in this room? How many of us are from Aldo's?
Me.
My parents are.
Okay, but
Yeah.
we've got to say, okay, at least.
But okay, not just elders. I mean, we have guys from Rivoli. We have guys from different
I
colored
went
communities.
to TCS station, guys. Mr. Virgil was my principal. So I mean, I'm well rounded. I've
Yeah.
been around. But my guy, you know what? This operating, and it's becoming so evident. Like the threats are actually on the lives. Like ons gaan jou wys, ek gaan jou wys, nou gaan julle sien.
But all the messaging is even in their slogan on Spizani. Like for me, honestly, my view of the PA, and I'm not politically affiliated, but the PA just seem like TikTok politicians. It's just a whole lot of mouthing on social media, but
Theatrics.
and theatrics and showing up and making appearances.
This is why I want colored people to stop being entertained by bullshit.
100%,
No shots fired at the PA or whatever. I mean,
yeah.
to be honest, when did we have the last election? So 2024. My mother was like, "You have to go and vote." I've never voted before, so okay, I just voted PA. I liked what Gayton was speaking about, but I wasn't deep into politics. I just voted PA. I don't like politicians. I don't like all these political parties. I think they stand for the same shit. Once they get power, they just
The money grab.
yeah, it's a money
Cash
grab. But as I said, no shot at the PA.
Because
But
there's
as
all
colored
parties
people,
that have
think
Nah,
Yeah,
shots at the
think-
PA, bro. Shots at the
think
PA. Do you know
deeper.
why? Because it's like they pull up to these colored communities. They promise colored people the world. Bro, Westbury
Yes.
there's still people in Westbury that have to collect water from water tanks, bro. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
But
People
I'm
are getting
speaking- I'm
killed every
speaking
5
about-
minutes in Westbury.
I'm speaking
But
about
Gayton is showing, making
about the
guest
gang.
appearances.
I just want to ask something about touch my blood. We said we were going to touch each other's blood.
gay.
Thank you. Tell me something about there's the gang rivalry, it's been ongoing, right? But when did it like spike? I've been trying to think about like how many years it's been since there's been this spike, man, particularly in Elders and Westbury.
Yeah. It's
How
been
many
very
others-
recent, actually. It's been very recent because, like, the time I used to live in Elders, I moved out of Elders when I was 21. That was 10 years ago. So when I was there was gang activity, there was stealing cars, whatever, but it was
Mhm.
very managed. Like, you didn't see
It was
it.
respectful.
Code!
Yeah.
There
It was
code!
respectful.
Now it's lawless. Now there's kids that are mercenaries. Now there's Cape Townians in Westbury. You know, the
Mm.
Westbury people don't even know these people. They're like, yo, did you hear that man's accent? You know? And like kids are dying, kids are shooting kids. There's no gang leaders anymore because both of the main gang leaders were apparently assassinated.
Listen, yeah, my
Were
cousin.
they really the
my-
leaders?
My cousin lives in Nuclear. Yeah, Nuclear. So he says he was just chilling once. They have these events by the flats, parties at the flats. And this small boy, like 14 years old, starts some drama. So my cousin approaches him and says, "Hey, what are trying to?" My cousin is bigger than you, bro.
Oh, yeah.
This light, he says, pulls up his.
Istoa.
He pulls up his t-shirt and he says, "What? Those muscles can't stop bullets."
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
That
Twa
type of
is
a thing.
firearm. Sorry.
Hey, what did you say?
Sorry. It is Stoa. And I'm just like saying it's a firearm. I'm a lady.
Yeah, bro. So exactly what you're saying. These lighties are not scared. You find he's a 13, 14-year-old, and you can't tell him anything because he has a weapon on him.
And the thing
Crazy,
is, the
crazy.
politicians know, bro, especially someone like Gayton McKenzie, bro. Gayton was one of the people that outed like the prison operations, you know?
Mhm.
There's documentaries on this or whatever. I've seen things on TikTok, whatever. You telling me Gayton doesn't know the operations that are going on in colored ghettos? You know, that,
Yeah,
like that
everyone
guy
knows.
Umbiza said, you'd rather have, I won't quote it in verbatim, just now I also get the protection order, but it's also like, allegedly, Umbiza said, it's better a criminal you be in power because
Is
he
his
knows
name
what's going on.
Ashley Souls, no?
Ashley Salt.
Yeah,
Ashley
but it's
Souls,
like,
yeah.
yo, this
Was he
man
not a
definitely
comedian
knows.
on Facebook first?
Ugh, we don't even know Umbiza Funny Park. But anyway,
Umbiza
Umbiza Funny
Funny
Park.
Park.
What is he now from? Is he now of
Umbiza
KZN
Funny
now?
Cup.
But
Wait,
we
Funny
hope
Park,
to
Funny
get
Cup,
these
and
people
now
on the
it's KZN.
podcast.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
No,
we
I'm
want to speak to
asking.
everyone.
I'm just asking.
We want to get them on the podcast as well.
We need
in
to
the
get
near
those
future.
people on the
They're
podcast.
gonna be like, okay, never mind. Don't please don't. Can I say something? But then you just never know. It's just gonna be us showing something here to say, hey, what's your question?
My problem with
You
these,
asking.
my problem with South
Well,
Africans,
You
bro,
moet oppas. You moet oppas.
South Africans are too infatuated with charisma.
Yes.
That is the main thing. Like, if you want to be a
Wanisha,
politician, be charismatic
you've
and you
been
will get away
quiet.
with anything.
You've been quiet today. What were you
Why,
saying
Wanisha?
regarding, okay, we'll say a name again, Juwaria on TikTok? So, okay, she's a bit shy today.
Yeah. No, what was I saying about what?
So, Juwaria was trending because of her videos. And
Yeah.
then you said something to the effect of, because of the attention she's been getting now, it seems as if she's going deeper into um lack of for lack of a better word, being wild and more
Yeah,
rude,
yeah.
more
I
with the way she
Brazen.
communicates with
Yes.
people.
Since there was
Communicate.
one, the way she communicates
That's
is,
not communication.
I agree. You
Just push your mic
you
a
can't
bit.
even call that communicating. It's just crazy. She's just, since the time she trended, she's just gone worse, way worse.
Like
Yeah,
that saddens
disrespectful.
it's
me.
very
You
disrespectful.
know what triggered me? The post that prompted this whole, when they now went on the smear campaign, and any publicity, good publicity, but they're not clocking.
Clock it.
Mic on. Okay. Clock it. So I asked I was in Aldo's that day, and I was assisting somebody in opening a case, because that's also what I do.
Mhm.
I don't need to talk about it. I don't talk about who I assist with a protection order or a divorce or this, that, and the other, because I keep people's dignities intact, man.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
And unless
I
they
think that's
ask
very
me to
important.
document it, I'm not going to document it. I'm not going to talk about it. So these people are like, what are you doing? What do? You don't even know the half of it. And I'm not here to, I don't need to explain myself. I don't
Mhm.
need to justify myself and my position and my standing in community. But now you build this following off of demonizing human beings who need help.
100%.
Yeah, they're
then-
suffering.
Absolutely.
And then the thing is, I only found out later on. And I think people should go back to that, because I don't delete anything. It was, I think, the 3rd of December. I posted, I commented on a post, and then I quoted it. And then I took my comment, because I know, sometimes people delete things, censorship. So I quoted it. I was not responded to, and I just asked questions like, what are your objectives? What are you hoping to achieve here? Maybe I have my lines crossed. I hope I have my lines crossed, something along those lines. But the comment, the original post was, next up, lolly lounges and psychiatric wards. Now you got me all the way fucked up.
Mhm.
Because I'm in Aldo's the whole day. I'm noticing that the police station is in shambles. The wardens there's
Sure.
so many wardens. Why are they not paramedics? Why are wardens not trained to be paramedics as well? Like,
Mhm.
there's just a lot of things that are going over people's heads that's like, we are really wasting state funds.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
be that as it may, I witnessed so much. I was so triggered. Then the evening came and I saw a post. I don't follow or anything, but I've been observing for a while. And I'm like, okay, she's onto something. But then I was like, I don't know. You
There's a
cannot
way to
speak
do
to
it.
people this way. Later on, I discover she's recovering.
Oh, shit.
So now
Not
my...
allegedly.
No, it's not alleged, because she's recovering.
Okay.
Okay, sue me. Jesus. Anyway, I'm sorry if you...
But then she
But-
should have more sympathy, because she should understand.
And understanding, that's what I'm saying. Because
Yeah.
unless there are ulterior motives that I am starting to question, and now people are aladanga pay now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You see? Because you are recovering, right? Now, let's say, I'm going to use myself. I'm recovering. I know what it's like to be kicked while I'm down.
Mhm.
I know what it's like to struggle, to go without eating, to do whatever, I don't know though, but whatever necessary, any
Mhm.
means necessary to get my next hit, or whatever the case is, and I would have a lot more empathy for the people who are in the situation I once found myself in.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, tell me something. If the roles were reversed and somebody went there to a lolly house, and back then now, where, a certain person was still using, and a person came in there and said, hey, het 'n vuil gees. Het 'n vuil gees. Laat jou hakke ras. Hop en hop.
Moonwalk.
Do you moonwalk? Now you tell me, you think that person was going to keep quiet?
No.
You think that person was going to keep
No.
quiet and let whoever it was now coming in there to do an audit or to shut down. You think that person was going to be quiet? Yeah, see, I think that person was going to be donkey, maybe prache.
Exactly.
Huh?
Fight fire with fire.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's very hypocritical.
Mm.
But when you going back to this, me wanting to assist, last year, I never even, my spirit just couldn't, but then again, it's now my fail, that just take to us. And guys, we have holy water and anointing oil.
Mhm.
Holy water and anointing oil. You don't have holy oil. No such. Okay. Just to clear the record.
So I'm not. Wanisha is my source of info.
Yeah, but she
right?
knows what I'm talking about.
And I just saw this T-shirt now that says holy oil. What?
Where's holy oil?
What is that about?
I
don't
don't
get
know
it.
because I know that we have holy water and anointing oil.
Uh,
You need holy oil.
okay.
Yo,
Now
I
there's
don't know.
okay.
I don't know. It just seems like PA
Yeah.
deals with very cosmetic things. It feels like they deal with the symptoms rather than the root cause.
Mm.
You know, because obviously Eldos and other ghettos are places, the colored community at large is littered with symptoms
Mm.
of bullshit. You know, like the drug infestation, crime, and poverty. You know, why aren't they dealing with the root fucking cause of these things? I just see PA highlighting these cosmetic things as a way to appeal to the masses, and then they use their slogans and stuff. But I don't see them having any genuine interest in solving the problems. And even with someone like Liam Jacobs, you would have thought that getting someone like Liam Jacobs on board would be a step in the right direction. But now Liam Jacobs is choop still. What happened to Liam Jacobs' content?
happening?
No,
What's
what
going on?
happened?
Liam Jacobs was the guy who would go
Audit
to different.
audit. Yeah, when he was still with the DA, and then
Yeah.
there's something that I also want to note, right? On the topic of politics or political parties. I am honestly of the view. Yes, I've been appointed and I am affiliated to to the People's Prosperity Movement. I had options, right? But I would much rather align myself with a party, a number one that is technically a startup. I'm a
Mhm.
startup coach. I'm a startup entrepreneur. I like to start something from nothing. I
Mhm.
like to demonstrate, and I'm not inheriting some bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not inheriting this and inheriting that. We're starting on a clean slate, and we're setting a tone and a precedent. One that I'm not hoping for. One that everybody else is going to just follow suit.
Yeah.
I don't care. Everybody, the commissions and so and so and so. People can go be digging up everybody else's skeletons. I don't care about that. The focus right now is what are we doing moving forward? That's what my focus is. That's what my team's focus is. Is okay, you guys investigate what happened here. Essentially, I'm basically saying to everybody, you know what? Let's start on a clean slate. I'm not gonna go off on you for maybe your past transgressions, because I mean many people have many.
Yeah.
But moving forward, and I'm gonna use the 10th of February as the day now. Today is the day. Moving forward, we're gonna do things different. And if we don't, then again, then I'm saying, ek buys at work me.
I want to end off by saying, but I'm sending a message to my fellow colored people. As I said earlier, don't stop being entertained by nonsense. Dig deeper, look deeper. Just because something is funny doesn't mean it's right. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's good to laugh. I mean, I laugh at everything, but see how someone treats their fellow human being and judge them off of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I think there's a better way to do things, and that's why we here. What can you say to
As in closing,
yeah?
I also think that we have to get out of the habit of we spoke about some serious things. We made some light on certain topics. but it's not funny. We can laugh
Yeah.
about it, but it's not funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
Because it's a serious problem.
It's a
It
serious
also
problem, and it
it's
just causes
also
division.
kids who are suffering from these things.
And
Kids are being
watching and
impacted.
learning and observing, and
Mhm.
we've got to do better. Many of us are mothers, we are parents. We've got to do
Mhm.
better. We've got to be mindful of what we put out there, and but most importantly, attack a problem.
Yep.
When you start attacking a person and try to attack a person's character, it says more about you than it does
100%.
about the person.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And Aldo's municipal level, not just Aldo's, but all. I'm just of the view that independent counselors should be given, or at least there should be at least one independent counselor, in every community, because I think there's normally more than one counselor that runs in a particular.
Independent meaning not affiliated to any
I'm
political
of the
party.
view. We've tried all the parties have, and I'm gonna again just use Elders as a case study, but they're not the exception to the rule, right? There's been the ANC, there's been the DA, there's been the PA. Not much is. We
gotten
haven't.
worse.
It's gotten worse. We
Yeah.
are
Mhm.
regressing.
Yeah.
I am honestly of the view that we need independent counsel, at municipal level, because I believe that there's something about it. I was going to run independently, right? But I was told by many that I need to be national. I can't. I need to
Mhm.
be more, at a more strategic and on the ground level. But we do need independent counselors, because there's a level of emotional intelligence that independent counselors have, that makes them unique.
Yes.
There's also something that I can attest to, and speaking on behalf of myself, and I know that independent counselors would share the same sentiments, is that we're not afraid to work with anybody who is competent and who can do the job, irrespective of your political affiliations and associations. But at municipal level, if this is going to continue, I can definitely tell y'all that then y'all can really call me Coco's Nuts, because it's going to end.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming out.
Thanks for
I
having me.
said last night I'm excited for this episode. I couldn't sleep because, yeah,
Literally.
And there's so
I
much
literally
more.
couldn't
Like,
sleep.
I
Yeah.
want to come back.
You definitely gonna come back. I think the cameras are dying though, and that's the
Oh,
only
shit.
reason we're ending it. Am I right?
You can carry on.
A few more minutes. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, man. Blaine, do you wanna ask anything? Or babe,
You
you
want to
wanna
say
ask?
anything?
Gonna say anything? Damn. I would also just have some words for colored people, like stop being dumb. Stop being dumb. Like we as colored people, I'm from Eldos. I may speak this English, whatever. I'm from where you from.
Mm.
And I've taken myself out of there. And when I look at that place from the outside, it is a melting pot.
Toxic.
It is toxic. It is not for the future of our colored generations. It's not going to take us anywhere the way that place is now. And these people that are promising you all these things, they need to back those promises. We
Yeah.
can no longer be enduring terms of presidency where people are promising things in those 4 years, and then after the 4 years, they just gone with the money.
And you get a t-shirt.
You need to be holding people accountable. There needs to be a level of accountability in this thing.
Gay.
4 5 years, and then in the last year you start doing things. No, when you have a 5-year term, you plan, right? So you break your plans down into what's your 5-year goal. Okay, that's what we want to achieve. This is where we are now. That's where we want to be. And please don't steal my ideas, because I'm gonna run with this now, guys. Okay, I'm just giving you guys a little bit of context. It's a bit late also for that. So you have 5 years. 5 years is your end term, your end goal. Then you break it down, and what's your 4, 3, 1? Then you break it down to quarterly and biannually and annually and monthly and weekly. And there's a lot of project that will run parallel because year 5's project is not gonna, it needs to start on day 1 in year 1, but you'd probably only see take effect in year 5. And why is logic preceding us like this?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
is logic preceding us like this?
Yeah.
Because
Common sense is not so
common sense
common.
is not so common unless it is, but it's benefiting a select few people.
Mm.
We need to do better. We need to be better.
Yeah.
And we must always remember that we are only as strong as our weakest link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right now, who are our weakest links? Stop entertaining people speaking ill and trash talking and breaking down the
That's
next
not the
person's
answer.
spirit.
Not
You
the
know,
answer.
luckily and thank God, the things that happened to, or that's happening to me could have resulted in me probably taking my life.
Yeah, you said you got arrested. What was that about?
Jesus. I was in the
Quick
chookies, guys.
story.
I was in the chookies.
I
For
also got arrested, but back in my
guys,
days.
you know,
May
the
I
reason why
never
I
be
took
arrested.
it on the chin, the reason why I took it on the chin was because I'm a lot of things, but a criminal I am not. Like I said, I'm a complainant in a fraud case, and the fraud case is in closing arguments now. I had to fight tooth and nail for this case to be seen through. Jesus, this is when I experienced what corruption and what collusion allegedly is all about. This transaction happened in 2020. Obviously, crap was spoken about me. I owed them. I did this. I did that. My name, my good name, my hard-earned good name. You know how hard I work,
Oh, I
Mikhail.
saw that on your Facebook.
No, but I'm saying
but
like you
forgot.
knew when I started my
Yes,
brand.
yes,
I
yes.
started with nothing. I worked 3
Mhm.
jobs, going through trenches in a terrible, an unhealthy relationship, having 2 children, blah blah blah. And with this fraud case, I'm still a consumer. So
Mhm.
I received an ingredient or a defective product, and I'm a consumer, and I have rights as a consumer to ask questions. Whether it be to the Consumer Protection Act, whether it be to the company in question that I received the invoice from, or whether it be a franchising holding entity,
As long
I'm
as
a
you're involved.
consumer.
Yes.
So to then try and censor me and now say I'm harassing because I'm asking questions, pertinent questions, not attacking anybody's character, not saying this. I'm asking questions, and in 2022 there was this. It was an attempt to take a protection order out against me at Joburg Magistrates Court while this fraud case is going on, right? And in saying that, it resulted in a settlement because I was prepared to challenge it. Because this is lies, and there was perjury allegedly that was committed in the founding affidavit.
Allegedly.
Told you about the founding affidavits, guys. So I was prepared to challenge it. It ended up that a settlement, a written, guys, this thing was written. We signed on the benches outside the court. There's not even a court stamp, 2 pages. But then there were just these allegations that it was an order, and I've never been served. I have a protection order against somebody. I know the documents, the bundles, I know how it works. We've never been served. That settlement was violated because it protected both of us, both sides. And it was violated. My daughter at 13 was recorded. I was sworn at an event in Altitude. I have affidavits confirming that one of the accused pushed me in the court. It's many things that happened, culmination of things. And I was trying to now enforce this thing. And the file is missing. File is gone. Then I'm now fighting to reconstruct this file. I'm the one requesting for the file to be reconstructed. And the magistrate, the presiding officer on the matter at that time, this is in 2024, 2022, it was finalized. He says he commits to finalizing it. To reconstructing it. He resigns. Last year, he now is the attorney on the same matter he presided over. And he
Is that
constructed
not a conflict of
an
interest?
absolutely illegal, unethical conflict of interest. He reconstructed a copy, a duplicate file. Both parties need to be present when a file is reconstructed. The file was incomplete. I have all the copies of all the different versions of files that they had, these people. Oh, Lord. And ultimately, there was a warrant that was issued against out on my name or against me based off of an incomplete file. There was only a founding affidavit, half of the affidavit, also no annexures. My answering affidavit wasn't in the settlement agreement, wasn't in there. Yeah, so then it was just it's one of just the tactics that they pulled. So closing arguments was meant to be Thursday, Friday, the last week of January, in Randburg. Thursday, this cop comes or the detective comes that I was in communication with since October. And my attorney even asked for the summons, and they didn't even tell me that there was a charge against me.
Mm-hmm.
And I record everything, guys. I recorded everything. So they didn't tell me there was a charge against me. And in essence, I was then told I was in violation of a protection order. I violated a protection order. And they took me. I said, well, if I'm
How
going to
long
go
were you in for?
overnight, but hold on, before we get there. Well, I'm
Okay.
going to go. Before I go, I want the 2-pager because nobody wanted to give this 2-pager in the that was at this current
They
in the
steal
current
your
trial.
shoelaces.
Yo, they took my laces, bruh. They took my laces.
Apparently that's a thing.
Yo, no, nobody stole it. They just took my laces.
Oh yeah. I meant
But
your
luckily I got the
shoes.
2-pager. The most important thing is I took
Yeah.
the 2-pager. And that's obviously, the smoking gun. And then I went to Honeydew. They processed me. I documented it. I created content. I'm gonna do a whole documentary on that as well. And then when I was in Roodepoort, they were even trying not to get me processed so that I don't appear on Friday. So I stay over the weekend. Imagine what was gonna happen to me because
When
I
was
was
this?
already told no complainant, no case.
When was this?
The last week of January into the first weekend of February.
So like 2 weeks ago.
But I'm okay, guys. It was an interesting experience. I feel like Spirit put me on that journey for me to see, with an innocent person or a guilty person, what that process looks like for them, when you
Mhm.
get processed and when you but I guess I didn't I shed no tear. I wasn't afraid because God sees what I'm doing when nobody's looking, and that's my power. So
Respect that.
Yo,
Deep.
dang, nah.
it's a lot.
It's a
Yo.
lot konyon.
Imagine, and
It's a
I just want
lot.
to be a baby.
Don't we
Like in
all?
my soft girl era.
It's almost like you just have to shut up. When you start getting radical, when you start pushing for good in the world,
Yeah.
then the evil is like,
You-
hey,
We said common sense is not so common, but when you have common sense, you don't have peace.
no, you don't have peace.
If you can see things for
ah.
what they are, if you have critical thinking, you will never find peace.
Yeah, straight up. You have to be dumb.
Yeah.
You must
But you
not
said
just
they
float.
mustn't be dumb.
No. Colored people, listen, please. And
Be
no,
free or be dumb.
here's my other thing with colored people now. Can we also not take initiative ourselves to improve circumstances in our community? I mean, simple thing.
Stop waiting
The
for handouts.
schools, dog. These kids don't have fields to play soccer at break. The grass is long. You know what I'm saying? They standing there. Of course, they're gonna start smoking cigarettes and Zol and start taking drugs, buying drugs from the person at the fence. At least some of y'all have lawn mowers. Get a group of 10 Owens
Yes.
with lawn mowers and weed eaters and go cut the grass at the schools at least, so your kids can at least do stuff, extramural activities during break time and after
But the
school.
kids at least also take a little bit of a cut of all the money y'all are making from the projects and the tenders and things and put it there in your little area
Nah, it's a
within
waste.
a few
That's a waste of
kilometer radius.
money.
Their children aren't even going to schools in Eldos.
That's a waste.
And another thing that one last thing. I could be doing so many other things with my life, but here I am wanting to empower, and I don't like to use the word empower anymore, but like to serve
Mm-hmm.
and to add value, not subtract it in our communities, because this cannot be who the Lord our Savior.
Look,
sent.
I don't have the energy
I
to do what you do, and I have a lot of respect for what you do, giving back to your community and serving. We all have a lot on our plate, but I hope that this podcast can also serve and
Mm.
open some people's eyes. I mean, yes, it's a new business venture for Blaine and I and Dodza.
And
But
Wanisha.
we don't just want to, make money and get views. We want to inform people. We want people to listen
Yeah.
and be open minded and change your thinking.
Yeah, and
So-
just start seeing things from a more holistic view. And that's what I can give you guys your flowers. Flowers.
No,
Okay.
let's.
Oh, yes,
There
Gay.
I'll give you your flowers. That's how we're gonna be greeting from now on. Your flowers. I'll give you guys your flowers because I like I like uncensored. It's similarly to what I'm doing on my side. I probably going to invite you to.
Yeah, we'll come.
But I like the unfiltered. I like the uncensored. Like yes, we can have a plan in place about or a direction in which how you want the podcast to unfold. But real and raw is where it's at. Like
Yeah.
that's why we're going with scripted crap.
Yep.
Because that it takes away from the substance.
Yeah.
So thank
absolutely.
I
you
only
guys
had
for
two
the
questions
substance.
for you. I literally only prepared two questions for you. The asking about the hijack buildings and then asking about the whole situation with the PA. But that's why I said
Yeah.
unscripted is better because it's more real. We don't plan. I get to hear what you think. You get to hear what we think. And if we don't follow a script, I mean, it's way better. Dodza wants us to have a plan, but
I think where Dodza could be coming in is that not everybody has gedachte.
yeah,
So-
no.
Fact.
You for safety's sake or for a buffer, perhaps maybe do have some kind of, in case you see something is not going in that direction, then you guys have something to fall back on
Mhm.
instead of a whole episode being a flop.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you
But
guys are
we're
doing
learning.
well.
We're
Well done.
learning. We
Are we?
want to grow. And
You
we
are
will make
growing.
mistakes.
No, you-
We accept all the negative comments, all the negative criticism. I mean, it will
It's
help
not
us.
negative. Stop. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna change the narrative here.
Mhm.
There's no
Constructive.
mistakes. There are lessons. You will
Yes.
learn lessons.
For sure.
You are not making any mistakes. Remove that from your vocabulary immediately, effective immediately. Not everybody is going to agree with what you say, but that is the beauty of sparking and starting a conversation. You don't have to entertain, but don't censor them. Let them have their
Yeah.
say.
Yep.
Let them say what they want to say, even if they don't agree with you. That's the point of
Some of you are working with racists. You are working with people, your colleagues are people who don't like you just because of the color of your skin, but that's because they are censored. They don't have the freedom to speak their mind. And I would prefer if someone tells me, yo, I don't like you because
hmm,
just be open and real, and then that way we can, figure out
but if
whether
you
we
don't
work
like me,
together or
just
not.
Stay away from me, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But
100%
because of
Scroll
censorship,
past, yo.
What's
People
this
love to
grootvrij?
hone in on negativity. It's like they look for that. They look to
Mhm.
fight. Once you're doing positive things, they don't acknowledge. As soon as you fuck up, they're like, "We knew it.
We
Mhm.
knew it.
We knew
We're
it."
waiting for you.
Exactly.
We're waiting for you. What are you tattoo, Papi?
Exactly. That's how I see it. Yo,
Next time, fix my mic because your mics were all fine the whole
stop the
time.
misery. Okay?
Mike,
Stop that shit.
Because it loves company.
Cultivate the good. Okay? Find the good. Search for the good because it's worth it. You
There we
guys
go.
can't be fucking just cucking all over your lives like you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't do that, man.
Once again, thank you for coming out, man. We appreciate your time. Yeah, man, we hope to have more of this. We hope to get all the people that we spoke about. We have them. Let's talk. I think that's the only way we can improve. Let me not say our communities
Encourage
because
dialogue.
I'm not specifically from Eldos, but as I said, I have people there. But yeah, encourage dialogue and
and
encourage
difference of opinion.
stop this gangsterism. Y'all are politicians. There's no need to be gangsters.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Ons is nie gangsters nie, and stop treating me like one because you know what, nah.
You're just a
You
baby.
don't want to be served what you so freely serve. And I'm a gangster for Jesus.
Danko.
Danko.
Peace out. Are we ending it there? Thank you.
Thank you. Guys,
Catch you
love
guys
and
next
light.
week.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man.